Since you guys caught a little bit of beef, let's talk about what's going on. Beef in the world. What has bigger beef these days? Trump or Biden? Or Drake and Kendrick Lamar? Now, why would I bring up those two things? Hip-hop, diss tracks, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Trump, Biden, election 2024. Because Biden campaign is now putting out diss tracks against Trump. Breaking news. Biden disses Trump inspired by the Drake-Kendrick Lamar beef. We actually have the clip we'll show you in a second. The song plays in a slideshow of images of Trump in their own lyrics to Kendrick Lamar's Euphoria. You did a whole breakdown on SOSCAST and Unusual Suspects the other day. Kendrick Lamar, after all this beef that's going back and forth, accused Drake of being a pedophile. He said, hide your little sisters in the song called Not Like Us.
He did more than that. He directly called him out. He directly called him a pedophile in the song. He used
literally
that word.
just read that, but go ahead.
Oh no, I thought you said just hide your sisters. That's implication, but no, he directly
called him a pedophile.
He said certified.
Yes.
No, he said certified lover boy, certified pedophile. Exactly.
Correct.
That was the very.
So this is the track that you have it on Instagram. All right, make sure we have the volume.
Oh,
this is the track that
Kamala's in it.
Biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct.
Okay.
Oh God.
So,
This is so
he
cringe.
remixed the words and he put the following words in there.
So embarrassing.
It's always been about love and hate. Now let me say I'm the biggest hater. Those are actually lyrics from the song, but this is what Biden changed it to. I hate the way that you walk over women's rights.
Oh, vomit. Oh,
I hate the way that you talk about immigrants. I hate the way that you dress. And I hate the way that you sneak diss on Truth Social. Hate the way that you walk over immigrant. There it is right there. So,
cringiest.
here it is. Let's hone in here, guys. The Boston Herald reported that Trump is now looking for high-profile musicians and rappers to do their diss track of their own to boost his 2024 campaign events in New York City, Chicago, Detroit, and Atlanta in an effort to boost his appeal to voters of color. Both candidates are trying to hip-hop diss track each other. Darrell Scott, who's a black pastor and longtime advocate, Trump supporter, said, to be quite honest, the Republican Party does not have a cohesive engagement plan for the black communities. But if you look at the numbers, Trump's polling numbers with black and Latino voters don't actually look that bad. He's doing much better with Republicans than they did 10 to 20 years ago. So this is a good strategy or bad strategy that Biden is getting involved in the hip-hop diss culture wars with Trump. What do you think, Nat?
I mean, he can use as much help as he can get. I mean, he's just using it for marketing. I mean, for him, it's a benefit because he's Sleepy Joe otherwise. But I'm not surprised he's using this for his campaign. Have you looked at Trump's marketing? Phenomenal. His marketing is phenomenal for the campaign and stuff like that. So I'm not surprised he's using this because it's trending news. What else he's supposed to
Play
use?
the clip one more time. I mean, I agree with you. He needs all the help he can get.
Yeah.
The clip, all he did was
It was horrible.
words
It was
over
horrible.
What's already going on out there.
Yeah,
You got the
but
clip?
you
Go
can't
ahead.
be shocked.
Go
His
ahead.
marketing
Been
sucks.
about love and hate. Now let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct.
Yeah, Kamala made that in the car. She made that in the car.
It was probably like a 23-year-old intern that put that together, you know?
The lack of effort. Clips.
Yeah.
They didn't change the actual song at all. They just put titles over it. Amy,
I mean,
you've been following politics. You've been following culture. You've been following this Drake, Kendrick Lamar situation. What's your perspective?
Yeah, they're clearly not very good at marketing or reaching audiences, which is why they've been caught now literally paying influencers up to $50,000 to advocate for the Biden campaign. They're literally paying these influencers to say things that they don't even necessarily believe in. And so coming back to this situation in particular, obviously for anyone who saw the Tuesday show, it was my first time being introduced to the situation. Really didn't know too much about it, and I'm always inclined to side with the person who is being accused initially, because there's been so many instances of Me Too. We've seen it with Russell Brand, we've seen it with Andrew Tate, Trump to some degree, so many figures out there. And so, I'm always on the side of innocent until proven guilty. However, there's definitely some slightly shady and nefarious things that Drake has done. The evidence is kind of stacking up. And honestly, it was kind of essentially what the Biden party is doing is they are equivocating the sexual degeneracy that Drake is being accused of with the sexual degeneracy that Trump is being accused of. And this is especially, the time to do it, given the fact that everything that's happening with the trial, with the hush money, the case, and everything like that. So honestly, I think it can really only help them and not harm them. But that's because the people that they're speaking to are honestly, they're not the smartest people.
Brandon, good or bad move that they're actually using pop culture and hip hop to try to inform voters of what's going on?
Yeah, so good idea, but terrible execution. And so this, the analogy I use here is like word of mouth marketing versus brute force marketing. So the fact that Trump, how many times has he been mentioned in a rap song before being president? Hundreds of times, all the time, because he's cool and he has a fun lifestyle, and people, I guess they resonate with him for whatever reason in the rap world. But the attempt by Biden, this is like going door to door, handing out pamphlets versus having like a sick product that everybody just naturally talks about and word spreads about that. Like, I bet you a sick song's gonna come out. Hyping Trump up and dissing Biden from an actual rapper that likes Trump in the next few weeks or months.
Gotcha. Laura, you from the streets of Fort Lauderdale. Cuba, Havana. Does this help Biden's street cred with the hood?
Okay, I'm going to go before that question. I don't know who Drake is. I don't know who...
What? You don't know who Drake is?
I guess I do know. Like, I know a song or two songs. I don't listen to any of that stuff. The other guy,
Kendrick Lamar?
No, sorry. No. I don't know any of these people. No, I couldn't care less about it. But I do think it's...
Show him a picture of Drake and Kendrick.
No, I know Drake. He's like... People
all of a sudden you know Drake.
No, I'm saying I don't listen to their music. Okay. I think he's... People think he's attractive, and I don't get it at all.
I'm talking about Biden.
Anyways...
implementing hip-hop culture to try to win more support.
I think it's embarrassing as a country that these are our president and vice president in the car and doing the little meme thing with the pictures underneath. It's embarrassing as a country. And does it help him? The pandering, I don't know how it plays, because how we went on to the Breakfast Club and said the whole "you ain't black" thing.
Yep.
Like, I don't know how that hit people. I think I would be wildly offended if someone said that. But I don't think it should help. I hope it doesn't. I can't stand the pandering. I think they said it the other day when they were talking about black people from Queens don't even know what the word computer is. They're saying what they think about black people. I don't know when they're going to wise up and go, hey, they think we're a bunch of idiots.
That was Governor Kathy Hochul of New York.
I know.
Josie.
So, basically,
gotcha.
I don't
so
care.
What we understand is that we shouldn't get you some Drake hip hop tickets when he comes to town.
Please,
certainly not Kendrick Lamar.
Do not. Yeah, you see, I don't think he's attractive at all. People think he's attractive.
All right, guys, listen. It's fine. You're a married woman. Don't worry about that. Josie,
I could still think people are attractive or not attractive.
Is this a good move or bad move by Biden to get involved in the hip hop beef, diss track culture with Kendrick Lamar and Drake?
I think it works more for Trump's benefit than it does for his own benefit, because, I mean, he's clearly pandering. And Trump already has, as you said, he's established within the rap community already. So, it's like a really bad meme almost, like the way that they've written all the words down, and it's not funny, it's not clever. I don't think it works for his benefit at all.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea, horrible marketing strategy. You could have done something so much better with the video, get involved, whatever, but it was just like, take what's trending, throw a couple different words on it.
Yeah.
Look at us now. It got us to talk about it, but not all good things that you talk about benefit you, right?
Yep.
So, by the way, you've been following what's going on with Drake, the pedophilia. The latest situation, they're going back and forth for weeks. Listen, I said this before on the Tuesday show, if you're a SOSCAST fan, or if you watch Valuetainment. Beef, drama, diss tracks, nothing new. Started with Tupac and Biggie in the 90s. Then it was Jay-Z and Nas in 2000s. Drake as of late with Pusha T and with Meek Mill. And then now it's with Kendrick Lamar. But then it got really weird when you start talking about pedophilia and sexual misconduct and sexual deviancy. And I hate you and I hate you. I hope you like, okay. But Drake's bodyguard, this is two of the stories that actually happened over the last couple days. Meanwhile, 2 incidents over the last 2 days occurred. Do you have that story? Drake's security guard is now fighting for his life because he was shot in the chest just a couple days ago. That was at his $100 million Toronto mansion. I believe that was Tuesday. And then yesterday, the day after, then someone allegedly broke into Drake's mansion and he said, quote unquote, "I'm here to see Drake," before getting into a physical altercation with the rapper's security team. The person was apprehended and now under the Mental Health Act getting taken for medical assistance. So this is when art imitates life, or when life imitates art, you know, that whole situation going on there. But Biden, next thing you know, bang, bang, him and Trump are having a shootout. Let's hope we don't go there. Let's not have any issues. Go ahead, Josie.
I have a thought. I think that beef sells, if you think Biggie, Tupac.
Yep.
And they kind of are wanting to get that back. I don't know. Do you believe this is an organic fight, anybody, or do you think it's kind of, I mean, are they under the same label? I don't really know the details about it.
They've been competitors over the years. I know Drake kind of brought Kendrick up, and then as Kendrick became bigger, you know, I think he just got a little excited, and then that's kind of how the beef was created. And now, so I think
the
it's
fact
long
that
time
he's
coming.
talking about things like pedophilia make me think it is organic, because that's not something you just kind of, you know, throw around to create, to sell tickets, to sell records. You know,
exactly. And there's been, what's crazy is there have been some videos that have come out that
are questionable.
It makes you question, for sure. There's things that Drake has done that, for me as a mother, if I had a 14-year-old, the manner in which Drake was communicating with that 14-year-old, I would not be comfortable with that.
But
if that was my 14-year-old
What does your
daughter.
14-year-old look like? Your 14-year-old has boob jobs and lips done and her ass done, then that's different. Because you also have to be realistic. Because there's 12-year-olds walking around with lips done and Botox in their face.
That speaks
and
to
they are
parenting.
inviting these older gentlemen with money to entertain them. And you also want to consider that factor as well. You know, my little kid is not going to have Botox at 10.
The two 14-year-olds that I'd seen reference were about as natural as you can get. Millie Bobby Brown and Hailey Bieber. Neither of them have implants. Neither of them have any of the crazy stuff. They both look younger still, even as women in their 20s now. So when they were 14, they looked even younger than that. Anyway, do your own research, guys, but that's just my thoughts.
We'll see what happens here with this Kendrick Drake thing. But I think it's very interesting that literally the President of the United States and the former President of the United States are trying to get involved with hip-hop culture and hip-hop beef to basically win new voters, specifically Atlanta, Chicago, Detroit, Midwest cities that are in play, swing states. Very interesting. This is life imitating art, art imitating life. Biden's ratting with Biden, or in the Trump train. We'll see what happens there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. If you like that one, click right here to watch the full SOSCAST. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.